right. Had to do it to him. Cock back, if a nigga front, I'ma pop that. Got straps, you don't want smoke, you better stop that. Real nigga, there's certain shit that'll do not jack. Plus I got some killers on my side and they do not rap. Fake nigga, there's certain questions we do not ask. Perker make the body feel good like a hot bath. You niggas hot ass, your music stay for real. Blizz get it, next on that like a Nike deal. Big guns, we got big guns like the Navy SEAL. It was all a dream like Biggie till I made it real. You niggas changed for real.
What up? What up? What's good, y'all? It's your boy Corey D. Haywood Sr. I've been going by the government name lately, putting the DJ Dooya as the moniker. We'll probably keep that for the music podcast. But listen, y'all, I got a special guest. This is way overdue, man. This guy, I'd say, like, if there's anybody else that I listen to as far as takes, basketball knowledge, and just overall, you know, like another sports podcaster in the area, I got to give it up. We got Mr. Rob Shaw in the building. Yeah.
Yo, appreciate you having me on. I can't wait to talk that. Oh man, we're about to talk high level hoops. Oh, this is my bag.
Yeah. So, just talk about before we get into like the basketball. The playoffs is in full effect right now. These are what are these? These would be the 8 best teams remaining. No, yeah, 8 best teams remaining.
Yep.
So, but just talk about your podcast, The Stands. I didn't even know really about the podcast until like the March Madness thing that you had going on. So just talk about the podcast.
So I have my own podcast, or I had it, but I've more turned that into an interview series, the Shaw's Law podcast.
Okay.
But
that's the one I knew about, yeah.
So I got my 2 boys from Canada, Ian and Sean Stansfield. We met through just like internet people that love sports. I was writing for theplaygrounder.com, and the director of content creation is also Canadian, and he went on their podcast. And at the end of they're 2 brothers, and at the end of their podcast, they were like, yo, do you have anybody else that would be somebody to fun talk to? And he was like, I think you guys would love my boy Rob. Yo, I did their podcast with them, and as the podcast ended, I just texted like whatever little group chat we had on Twitter, and I was like, yo, that was mad fun. Send me the family tree. I'm your 3rd brother now.
Okay.
And we would like, they would come on my pod and I would go on their pod. And then, like, as you know, as a podcaster, consistency is the hardest damn thing, right? Like,
it really is,
it's
man.
the hardest thing. So like our group chat was always fire basketball. And so we said to each other, hey, if we merge our 2 pods or do it, we can hold each other more accountable. There'll be 3 of us, and maybe some weeks only 2 of us can make it.
Right.
I'm no stranger to talking I'll monologue for an hour by myself.
Yeah.
So if they can't make it, I can do a solo one, take some mailbag questions, but it's been so fun having those 2 other co-hosts. We bounce ideas off each other. It's just really fun. So please check out From the Stands Reloaded with Rob Shaw everywhere you get audio podcasts.
Okay, but so how? Because for me, it's more of it's more scheduling. So like having 3 different people and 3 different schedules is hard for me. I got 3 people, particularly on this podcast, and then on the A45 The Mix Show, we have 3. So how does that work as far as like, you know, just being able to, do you guys have a set time that you guys go on every week, or is it sporadically? Like how do you?
The ideal goal is we would go every Thursday. So we try and go as much as we can every Thursday, about 8:45, and then Sean will edit it, and it normally comes out either Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
But that's the ideal. But sometimes life happens. Like we're all fathers. We all have kids. We all have significant others. So it doesn't always work, but the ideal is Thursdays. Like we'll have one that drops probably tonight that we did on Sunday night because Thursday didn't work for all of us, and we wanted to let some of the playoff games close out before. Like if we did it on Thursday, we'd be talking about things that like some series hadn't finished yet. So by waiting till Sunday, almost everything was finished except for Rockets Warriors.
Okay. So all right. So I'm gonna start it off right here. So season ending. They've given out some awards already. I was supposed to just do a whole award show, but I didn't really. They started giving out the awards kind of before that I could get that going. So we've seen that what's the guy's name? Kenny Atkinson has won the Coach of the Year. Peyton Pritchard's won Sixth Man of the Year. We haven't gotten all NBA teams yet. Is there one I'm missing? And
Stephen Castle
won the Rookie of the Year,
and they gave out Defensive Player of the Year.
They haven't given out Defensive Player of the
Year. No, they gave that. Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley got Defensive Player of the Year, and this is who I got as the MVP.
And that is the right goddamn answer.
So I mean, 32, damn near 33 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 51% from the field. These are Michael Jordan numbers we're seeing here, man. 68 wins. I really wanted them to get that 70 win total to be the third team only in history to reach 70, but 68 is nothing to sneeze at. So how do you feel about that pick as the MVP? You said
that's my choice. 68 is just a lot of wins, and that is the straw that stirs the drink. Like he has kind of an old school game. Like he can shoot the three because you have to be able to shoot the three in today's day and age.
Right.
But outside of drawing fouls, that dude's best skill is he's a mid-range master, like an absolute assassin from 17 to 10 feet. Even in last night's game, when he needed buckets and he couldn't get to the line, you could watch him dribble, and he's setting you up to get a 15-foot jumper, almost like Kawhi Leonard-esque. Like, hey, I'm trying to get to this spot.
Yeah, so I agree with you. And I think it was a great it played out real ill because we got basically the 2 MVP candidates going head to head.
I love when it breaks like that. Like, I love when we get to settle this on the hardwood. We don't have to hypothetical it. Let's figure it out where it should be settled as basketball players on the basketball court.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, Jokic is just different, man.
The best footwork, but not even his footwork is top 5 in the league. But the thing about him that I really struggle with, that dude has the best touch I've ever seen. Like short bunnies. Like, when's the last time you saw Jokic shoot a brick? Like, even like his threes, when they miss soft. Like, that dude has feathery touch around the hoop. Or just with the ball.
He really does, man. It's like sometimes he just throws it up there and it just, I'm like, and then a 3-point shot, and then we see just astronomical numbers. So it's like, what like he puts up we never fathomed before Russell Westbrook, really, a triple-double was unheard of. It was something that we only seen like a Oscar Robertson or somebody like that, do. And now we got No, I'm not. I'm just saying it was on the stat book. Like, we didn't even think it could be done.
We never seen it.
I'm just saying, like
Jason Kidd would get like 14 of those joints a year when he was on the Nets,
right?
And that was like, it was like, Jesus Christ, another triple double. And then right. Russ was like, yeah, I get like 50 of those a season.
Yeah. So, and then having them like going into this series, I was like, I felt like Russell Westbrook the karma is going to catch up to him because he had the karma of how the Clippers did him. He was due to return the favor. And now I feel like how he didn't necessarily do the Thunder bad, but he could have been a legacy player. Let's say that. Let's just say he stayed on the Thunder. He's still there to like right now. If he stayed there, he wouldn't even necessarily need a championship just because he would be a legacy player. He stayed his whole career with the Thunder, even if they didn't. So kind of him leaving them, they're going to show you like, I think that Russell Westbrook is going to be kind of the X factor in this series. And it's going to come down to some shit with Russell Westbrook, win or lose in this.
Well, last night he made he had the ball and I was like, Jesus Christ, is he about to do something silly? And he played that perfectly. He attacked, allowed Aaron Gordon to space out by him attacking and trying to put pressure on the rim. You have to protect the rim, and it got Aaron Gordon a clean look, and he buried it.
He did. He really did. Aaron Gordon, he's turned it up this year. Yo, Busy. So what do you feel like Shea should get the MVP as well?
Who else is there? Why are we even having this discussion?
I mean, Jokic, man, I averaged a triple-double for the season.
Bro. Let's hold on right now. For the last 5 years, Denver Nuggets have been the talk. They've been around. OKC has not been that talk. And Shy's been there. They've been something to talk about. They've been building around Shy. Shy reminds me of number 8 Kobe. He reminds me of number 8 Kobe, where he's like Rob said, he's gonna get to the mid-range no matter what you. Number 8 Kobe was like the assassin. But he was a talkative assassin. He talked to Kobe, number 8 Kobe, he was trying to go at you. SGA is the same player, I feel like. He's just humble about it. He's not the same talking.
Number 8 Kobe, he could type this joke.
No, because number 20, we all know number 8 and number 24 Kobe's are two different Kobe's.
Oh, yeah.
24 Kobe's right? Far more mature and like cerebral assassin. Number 8 Kobe is at your jugular. Like, yo, what you want to do? How you want to do it?
Number 8 Kobe was like, I have something to prove at all times. Stop playing with me. I am the guy. Stop talking about Jordan. I'm him. What do you mean? I don't need Shaq. That was that Kobe. Number 24 was more like, I could have used the big man, but I'm glad we got Pal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's like he was more of an elder statesman.
24 Kobe's OG Kobe.
Young Kobe.
Number 8 was doing stuff.
SGA reminds me of number 8 Kobe.
I'm not mad at that take. Yo, they shot down my Dwayne Wade because the other day we was talking about Anthony Edwards, and I was like, Anthony Edwards reminds me more of Dwayne Wade than Michael Jordan. They shot my Dwayne Wade comparison down.
I hear what you're saying, honestly. But like Anthony Edwards is from when I talk player comparisons, I try and do it like the mob. Like if I'm comparing a player, there's a head of the family, there's the underboss, there might be the advisor that's like the OG. So the easiest family tree for me is the Melo, Paul Pierce, Bernard King family tree.
Okay.
Like to me, Melo is the head of that mafia family. Paul Pierce is right under him. He's the second in charge, the underboss. And then like the advisor of that, like the OG for him, like who fed Melo, who built that frame, is Bernard King. Yeah. And then like you have like dudes who aren't made men with that game. I would say that like Jabari Parker had that game. He's not a made man with that game, but he's in that crime family. He's in that crime family. I would say that Anthony Edwards is in that crime family.
In there?
Yeah, Paul George is sort of it, but I think Paul George is from the T-Mac crime family.
Okay, yeah, right. That's.
But I would say that Anthony Edwards is in that Dwayne Wade crime family. Like, I don't hate that, actually, just because it's Dwayne Wade with more of a 3-ball, but that 3-ball is more necessitated by how basketball is played now
to get
in a different era, I could see him being a mid-range killer who didn't rely so much on the 3-ball.
Exactly. That's all I was saying. That's it. That's all I was saying.
I see 89 to 92 Mike when I look at Edwards.
Okay, but wait, in fairness,
something to prove.
But in fairness, what did they say about D Wade in the Olympics? Olympic D Wade, 08 D Wade. They said, "Yo, this mother lover's Mike," because it's Mike without the 3-ball. Anthony Edwards, like those are similar families. Like D Wade and young Mike, especially the Mike you just named. That wasn't jump shooting Mike. That was, yo, I'm on these rims and do some shit about it if you think you can.
That's a fact.
Like that's the same family.
But 9-2 Mike started developing the jump shot. That 9-1, that first Mike was developing that jump shot, the mid-range. He was around that time, he became a fadeaway king. Around 89, 88, 89, 90 Mike, that was all high flying. I'm on your face. I'm on the rim. I'm on the backboard. That 90, 91, going to 90, that was the fadeaway era. The post you up fadeaway era. That was the more come off the pick. I'm gonna J you down a little bit.
That's actually the next step for Edwards. But the next step for Edwards, like I'm glad you brought this up, is that Mike, D Wade, Kobe post up game. Like that frame is built to post people up. That is the next step in his development for me. Like, yo, can you add a low post game that makes it where you in this series, if his post game was more refined, he should be punishing a dude like Steph Curry. But right now the post game hasn't hit, but he's also 23 years old. Like this dude is a kid and he is about to have a playoff list.
That's a fact. So yo, this crime family thing is interesting to me. So like, where's Bron? Bron he's obviously the head of his crime family, or what? Where's Bron fall in this?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked. Oh man, I'm gassed you asked. All right, so Bron is the head of his crime family, and Bron's crime family is the hardest one to make. Like there's two people in it that like are easy, and then like there's a bunch of like other weird dudes. Like the answers are LeBron is the head, and Grant Hill is the second person in that family.
Okay.
And then after that, it gets really messy.
He doesn't say something about Grant Hill somewhere.
It gets so messy after that. Like, I hate the Pablo Banchero and the LeBron family thing because Paolo's not in that family. Paolo he's a bigger version of Melo.
Right.
Melo family. Yes. But Magic tend to use him like he's from the LeBron family, and that's part of the reason they struggle. But like the LeBron family to me, like it's too deep. It's LeBron and Grant Hill. There's a couple other I'm missing, but it's really just those two dudes.
Okay. I like that. I thought you would kind of like put Bron with Magic possibly, but
Magic wasn't a bucket like that. Like Magic is I guess Magic's an anomaly like that, like size and a ton of playmaking.
Yeah.
But like what Grant and LeBron did was, yo, I can affect this game in 1,000 different ways with just pure athleticism. And then if you want, I'll kill you with basketball. Like all of a sudden it's, yo, I can pass, I can still score, but I'm just the best athlete on the court also.
I love that. So where are we putting Wemby? What's Wemby's trajectory? What family does he fall under?
Wemby got to be his own family. Like I know, I can't say that because I know if my dad somehow sees this, I'm gonna get a Ralph Sampson call. So Ralph Sampson, Sam Perkins, even Porzingis. But like for the most part, like Wemby's his own thing because he's the updated version of those things. Like those dudes might have been computers, but that dude's the newest Mac. He can dribble. Like the way he floors it is completely different than everybody else. Other dudes at that size, like, hey, I can catch it and shoot it and I can post up. Wemby will break you down off the bounce at 7'4". That's something like that's really different,
So
and
in that
it's
case,
not size.
we have to put Bo with him too. Then in that case, because Bo can kind of do the same.
Bobo is a
He's just not
worker.
getting the publicity.
No. Bobo is not a made man. He is an associate of the crime family. He is not a made man. I don't care how many minutes you give him.
I
Yeah,
thought
but
it
like
was
a
He's an
lowly
associate of that Wimby family, though.
The lowliest.
I feel like Giannis should be the head of this family. I feel like Giannis should be ahead of this family, though.
Giannis is big though, but like not 7'5" big. And Wemby's shooting, I think, separates him from Giannis. Giannis is downhill at your chest. Wemby can really stroke that bitch. Pause. First team all filth.
Pause. Yeah, no, this crime family is fire, and I like that. I like that take. That's dope. So before we went live, I gave you a question, or I actually posted it on the net. The top 20, or who's the top 5 players of the 2020 decade so far?
This is not on brand for me. Like anybody that listens to From the Stands Reloaded or talks basketball with me knows I am a noted Giannis hater. I am the one who coined the term the Milwaukee sucks because I just don't enjoy them. Giannis has been the best. It's Joker and Giannis that have been the 2 best players since 2020 turned, and it's not even close. It's Joker and then Giannis. And then after that, like everybody can like fight for scraps, but it's those 2. And it's honestly Joker by a country mile. And I'm still pissed. I got to give Giannis some credit.
Damn. Where's is Steph in there?
Yeah, Steph is in the mix. He got the 22 ring. Like that all that stuff matters. But like he's not at the peak of his powers anymore. Like the longevity from Steph, LeBron, and KD is something that should be studied. But like you guys watched them in their early careers at like when they were fully Super Saiyan, when they were maxed out at their powers, it was different than even as good as they are to this very day. It was different. It was like when they were full superpowers, there wasn't much you could do.
So I'm going to throw some names out for those last spots. Jason Tatum, where is he?
Jason Tatum's in the mix because he got one and he has 2 finals appearances.
Yep.
I'd actually probably for the 20s, I'd put Tatum ahead of Steph because the extra finals appearance, like if they both have one in this time frame, and Tatum has an extra finals appearance with his all NBAs and all that stuff. And I'm not saying all time, but like for this time period from 2020 until now, Tatum's got to be ahead of Steph just because it's about winning and he got closer. Now, if I were a Warriors fan, I'd say, Rob Shaw, shut the fuck up. When the one Steph won in 2022, he beat Tatum. What are you talking about?
That's the point I was going to
say. So you can have that argument. But getting there twice and all those.
Are we talking about the top 5 or just? Are we talking about the top 5 or are we talking about this all around top like players of 2020?
Yeah, I was just seeing. I was throwing names out there to see who would be in the top 5. Yeah, so I was just throwing names in there to see who you guys would think would be in the top 5. So we definitely say Joker, right? Joker got the 3 MVPs, a Finals MVP, and a championship. Giannis, he's got. Does he have 2? Does he have 2? No, he won the MVPs in the teens, right? His 2 MVPs came in the teens.
No, I think he has. I thought the year he won one, he was league MVP. I thought he was MVP, defensive player. I thought the year he won it, he was sweeping the board and stuff. I could be wrong.
I think Jokic won it that year that he won it. That was his first MVP, I believe, because they were, remember it was a Giannis fatigue at a point, and they were like, because he kept flaming out. And they was like, yo, we're not going to give it to him until he actually proves himself.
You got to win. There's historic precedent for that. Like, you can win 2 MVPs before your first chip.
Yep.
But you need to get a chip before you can get that third one. Like it goes back to Larry Bird. Like the voters start to say, look, I'm not calling you the best player if you're not delivering on the biggest stage.
Exactly. So, all right. So we got, would you throw LeBron in there in the top 5?
He's got an argument. Like I'd hear other names, but he got his in. He got that bubble chip, and dude, the bubble seemed mentally tough. Like I know some people are like, yo,
Toughest
the bubble chip doesn't count.
Man. Toughest chip, they said.
Imagine not being like it's basketball camp, but at the highest level. You can't go home. You can't see your family. You had to earn seeing family. Like, yo, if you make it to round 2, you can have 2 people come join you in the bubble. You had to earn family time in the bubble. That's some sick shit. Telling a grown man, yo, you're trapped here for the next 6 weeks, and the further you get, the more we'll let you interact with people.
Oh man. Yeah, it's no, I love that take, man, because a lot of people try to discredit the bubble, and
they discredit it because it's LeBron. If anybody else won the bubble chip, and I'm not a Bron guy like that, but like I watched the damn basketball. If anybody else would have won that bubble chip, you could say, yo, that was the hardest chip in the world. If Kawhi would have got that year with the Clippers, it would have been the hardest chip and the greatest thing ever because the Clippers never made it to the Western Conference Final. Bron got that shit, and they were like, man, that was whack. I don't even know why they brought back basketball during COVID.
That's a fact, man. Come
and
on.
I was like, damn, this is how y'all gonna do him? That's not even my man's, but like, y'all watch the same shit I watched.
As a fan of the game, I hate the LeBron hate, man. Like you said, I'm not necessarily like I would put Bron as one of my favorite players, but he's not my top guy. Like Shaq is my favorite player. Then we got like Penny, KD. Probably Bron would be in my top 5. I'm just saying favorites, not putting who's in the top 5. But these are my favorite players. I just don't understand how people can hate on the man so much. It's like people tune in to watch LeBron lose more than they tune in to watch the game, the team that they want to win.
You host 2 kinds of shows, right? Sports and rap. Sports and rap are so goddamn close. It's just like, yo, if I don't like this rapper, I hope his album doesn't sell. It's the same way they look at Bron. I hope his team don't win.
Yeah. So here's another player that he's probably the last person I'm gonna throw in there. Jimmy Playoff Butler. Does he make it in there?
Out of the 6 we've named, no, because then I would just have Bron. If like this is our group, just give me Bron because he won it. You play this shit to win. And then on top of that, like as great as Jimmy has been, cumulatively, the numbers are still going to be better for LeBron. So he's going to have better overall numbers, probably more games played, not even probably, more games played in this time span. And he's got one. Yeah. It's got to be him. Like Jimmy's story is dope and it's absolutely fire, but we'd be putting Jimmy in because we'd have voter fatigue on Bron.
Okay.
All right, so if Jimmy won one, would you put him in that?
If Jimmy won one with some of them slow ass Miami teams with dead bodies as players,
watch your mouth.
If he won the bubble one, then LeBron beat him. If he won the bubble one, then LeBron beat him. Would he be that? Would he be in?
Oh yeah, if he won that bubble one, if he wins one, Jimmy's run goes up there with Dirk's run. Okay. And Dirk's run is the best championship run I've ever seen.
Well, I'm saying with the bubble run, because the bubble run, he had to go through the Bucks, who they said they thought they was going to sweep them out. Then he beat the Bucks. He beat another team that both series they thought they was going to get swept. I think was it Boston too or no?
No. His bubble run is impeccable, but like once again, Bron ate him up in the head-to-head, and everything else cumulatively is better for Bron. But yes, if he wins that.
Side note. Side note, I feel bad for Bam, man. I feel bad for Bam because Bam is always getting stuck as the big man on Miami, and every other team always got 2-3 centers, and they just be going to work on that man. That man, I feel bad for that guy. Bam
Yeah,
needs
he's
help.
not a center, man. I don't know why they tried to give us that for 5 years, man.
He's a power
Been a
forward,
power forward
at best, and he needs help. He needs help.
Yeah, we're gonna get a star. Don't worry, man. We're gonna get somebody. I believe in the organization. Some organizations
Pat
always
got his hairspray. Pat got his hairspray in his comb right now, brushing his hair, thinking of something.
Certain organizations can rebuild. I feel like the Pacers. We had never seen the Pacers win a championship, but they can build this squad. Like we had the Reggie Miller version with Dale Davis and Rick Smits. Then they had another Reggie Miller team with Jalen Rose and who else was on
Mark
that
Jackson
team?
is on that squad.
Mark Jackson's on that squad. Then they had another one with
have the
Jermaine O'Neal
Melee squad, the Jermaine O'Neal, Ron Artest. That's the one. That's the one that
Steven Jackson.
Yeah,
that's the one that probably could have won it. Like that was a scary team. Wasn't nobody a chump. Ron was gonna. Me and Bubba talked about this the other day, actually, on a Facebook status. Ron Artest told Slam Magazine his goal that year was to lead the league in scoring because he was hooping.
he was.
But that Malice in the Palace happens really early in the season, like really early in the season. But Detroit's coming off the chip, and it shouldn't get lost in the sauce. They were curb stomping Detroit that night. The reason Ben Wallace was so mad is because they went full A-Town stomp on that ass.
They did.
Yeah, they was. They was working them boys. You know, Ben can't keep his cool.
So then they had that squad. Then they had Paul George, Roy Hibbert,
David West,
Lance
Stevenson,
Granger. Born Ready, what's his name? Born Ready. Lance Stevenson.
Lance will make them dance.
Yeah.
New York.
And now we got this version with Siakam, Halliburton. They can make I feel like Miami's like that too. Miami can give you different iterations of players and be contenders.
Miami needs a guy. Miami doesn't have a guy. I love Bam. I love Tyler Hero. They're both Kentucky kids, played for Coach Cal. You know Cal's my guy. They need a certified stud. Bam is a ceiling raiser. Like the better your team is, the better Bam is. Hero's super fly, but Hero's not in that tier as like just as a top tier creator. He's great, but he's not. Like
he's like a Lou Williams or Lou Williams, I would throw really in there. Third option. Walt Crawford type player. You know what I mean?
But he's self-aware. He said, "Yo, I miss Jimmy."
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did. So, all right, we got some people in the chat. We're about to get into this.
Hold on. You said didn't somebody say Embiid will be over there?
Where?
Soon. In Miami.
No, I think Embiid's gonna go over with Golden State. They're gonna figure out a way to get Embiid over there.
Embiid got no knees. I would not touch that contract with your money. If you were paying it, I wouldn't touch it.
But all you need is Embiid. If you put Embiid with Jimmy Butler, Draymond, Steph Curry for 16 wins, all you need. You don't even need them for the season. 16 wins.
Remember we said that about DeMarcus Cousins, and then it all fell apart?
Yeah.
Sometimes your body just can't hold up.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good take. I can't even lie. So Busy made a bold prediction on our last show. Busy said that the New York Knicks were gonna have the upset against the Boston Celtics. I said, "Fuck out of here, man! There ain't no way."
In how many games?
Oh, you saying that they're gonna win the series? I thought you said the first game.
No, I did. But no, I did. I said they was gonna win the first game. But remember, me and Dot was talking, and you were saying 4-2. I said, yo, it could go 7 if they sneak the first game.
Okay, yeah, you did say that.
Well, they snuck the first game, so let's talk Knicks tape.
Yeah, let's talk Knicks tape. Jalen Brunson. A few shows ago, Rob, I had my playoff performers, right? So it was the first week of the playoffs. I'm actually going to probably release it another one tomorrow for the second week. But the top playoff performers was Jalen Brunson. I thought that Jalen Brunson, even though and everybody was saying it should have been Edwards because of him taking out Luka Doncic and Bron. When I made it, they weren't necessarily eliminated yet, but I went with Brunson just because his performance is crazy, man. He's him. I always been a Brunson fan since he was on Dallas. And I remember a lot of Knicks fans when they got Jalen Brunson, they were like, "Man, we don't need him, and who's he, and all this stuff." You know how Knicks fans are. But just talk about the performance yesterday.
First of all, Karl Anthony Towns damn sure should have took Jalen Brunson to dinner last night because the New York Post and the world was going to fry him for that third quarter performance if Brunson didn't save his bacon.
Oh, zestfully clean.
He was terrible in that third quarter. Brunson took a seat on the bench and they used Towns as the hub. And this dude had flavors of turnovers. He got a shot clock violation, shot an air ball, got stripped, got blocked, got his own rebound, got that shit beach balled. Like, he was out there doing all kinds of different ways to screw up. And then Brunson said, "Hey, just grab my cape. I got you. Just grab my cape."
Yo.
He's
Listen,
like
Brunson's
footwork. Brunson is top 5 footwork in the league. Like first team all footwork. Him, Joker, and Kawhi are the 3 best footwork dudes in the league. And Brunson's a little foul baity to me, but like they stopped calling those like little cheap flopping ones.
Yeah,
probably around game 2 of the Pistons series. And you know what he did? He didn't bitch. He didn't cry. He just went and hooped. He said, "Oh, so just put on my hard hat. They're not going to give me these fouls. I'll make shots." And that's what he did. That dude was so good. And I know it's last round, but the way he dragged Asar Thompson in game 6 with that pull through, snatch, reverse D-Wade through the legs, he shifted that nigga off the 65-inch screen. Like, just no longer in the frame.
The top highlight probably of this playoff so far, man.
Like, Brunson is cold. On my pod, I literally killed the Mikal Bridges trade because 5 first-rounders for a dude that's not a guy like that is bad. But he proved his value last night. He had a block and he had a steal in the corner late in the 4th or in overtime where he just makes an instinct basketball play. He steals it and it looks like he could throw it off of the Boston player, which is actually probably the right move in that situation because you're not supposed to save the ball underneath your own basket on your side of the court.
Right.
But he saves it, throws a beautiful outlet pass to a teammate, and it leads to a Knicks score, and it's just brilliant basketball. And sometimes his value isn't going to show up on the stat sheet. It's going to show up on the, hey, he impacted winning in a major way.
And he had the final on the final play. He stole the ball from Jaylen Brown. Brown couldn't even get the shot off. So yeah, he
Brown.
I'm still not giving five first rounders is OD.
Yeah,
but they took their swing at the Celtics. They said Bridges and OG give us the chance to match up with Tatum and Brown. Cat and Porzingis, you would hope could be a wash. Porzingis didn't play in the second half because of an illness, so we didn't get to see that. But like that's the idea. And then you look at Brunson and you say, "Yo, you're going to have to fend off Drew Holiday and Derek White and Jaylen Brown and Peyton Pritchard for 38 minutes. But good God almighty, they built this team to take on the Celtics, and I didn't think they were going to be able to, but they stole home court. Now all you have to do is just not lose at home. Like if you just
let's be real. Let's be real for a second.
I'm gonna tell you like this,
Boston probably played their worst game of the year, missing 45 threes, and they lost.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3.
But go back and watch overtime.
We're not doing that.
Team's blown
Jalen Brunson did exactly what Jalen Brunson's supposed to do. Jalen Brunson did what Jalen Brunson's supposed to do. That's what he does. He's done that in a bunch of games, so that's not surprising him closing out like that, for one. For two, with Cat played like shit. But can we talk about what Cat averages in the playoffs to begin with? 18 and 12. He gave you 14 and 13 last night. What the fuck else did we expect from Cat other than what we already knew he was going to bring?
And he was in foul trouble, too.
He's always in foul trouble. That can't be an excuse. He picks up dumb fouls.
That's true.
And he gave us exactly what he almost averages from Minnesota playoffs. 18 and 12. He gave us 14 and 13. 4 points off of his average. He did not. What else did anybody expect Cat to do when he came to New York? Did they think he was going to turn into a different player and average 25, 30 in this regular season and play? Like, that's what Celtics beat themselves, first of all, because when you're up by 20, why are you still shooting threes?
Exactly.
Make that make sense when you got a Jaylen Brown and a Jason Tatum who can.
But that's them. They blew a lot of leads this year. And just as a note, the last time the Celtics and the Knicks played in the regular season, that went to OT, and the Knicks should have won that at the Garden.
Yeah, that did go to overtime. Oh. But this is the first game that the Knicks have won against a top 5 team. I think they may have beaten. I'm trying to remember what team it was. I gotta remember what team. But yeah, this is like their first win against the upper echelon teams in the league this year. So. I still don't think. What
makes you think that Celtics are just going to mop the floor with them besides the defending champions?
No, because they had their worst game of the year, and they still only lost in overtime.
So, all right, Busy. Does it scare you that the Celtics got up 20? Does it scare you that Boston got up 20?
Scared? No, I'm not even one fan. I just knew what was going to happen. I felt like I knew what was going to happen in the first game. With everybody underestimating the Knicks were going to come out with some way. When they went down 20, I did think the game was over. I wasn't even going to watch it no more.
Me too. I was counting my FanDuel money. I thought I had I was counting the money. I was like, yeah, Mother's Day and all this stuff. Might get
Nero was counting his 900 too until he realized, oh shit, damn, the Knicks is winning. It's like he thought it was,
yeah.
You know what I mean? He wanted to go with them with the points, but it wasn't even about them being shocking that they was down by 20. It's the fact that when they started coming, the fact that the Celtics didn't change their game plan up, being up by 20 and seeing the Knicks chip away at home, that should have turned into a 40-point blowout. To be 100% honest, do I think Game 2 is going to go anything the same? Excuse my French. F no. Celtics going to beat the dog shit out of the Knicks. They are going to beat the dog shit out of the Knicks next day. I'm being real. They're going to beat the dog shit out of the Knicks. They're going to go in there.
But that's fine.
There's too much celebrating on the court. This is what I'm saying. It's going to go 7. It's going to be one of those series to watch. I really believe it's going to go 7. It's going to be the series to watch. I think the Knicks are brush off. The Knicks really did brush off.
I thought they was going to.
Was that guy
I ain't going to lie to you. So I was wrong.
That guy last year. They just got injured. Like if OG didn't get injured last year, and Mitch Robinson didn't get injured last year, Knicks, I think, give the Pacers a run for their money. They're injured.
I don't like Mitch.
We met Harkenstein, bro. We met Harkenstein through a Mitch Robinson injury. Hartenstein got a contract off of that playoff performance.
I feel like he.
Let's be honest,
And it's weird for me to say this with Shaq being my favorite player, but I can't stand dudes that can't shoot free throws. And I don't want you on my squad unless you're Shaquille O'Neal, who's just dominance. But if you can't shoot free throws, if dudes is fouling you to get next possessions, nah, I'm done with you. So
the worst part is his stroke doesn't look bad.
Bitch.
Like Mitchell Robinson doesn't look like he should be that abysmal of a free throw shooter.
Yo,
I
Rob,
know.
Rob, you ever see those?
Rob,
you see those videos they have of the NBA players playing in the gyms and all that?
Oh, and now he's through the legs behind the back, pull up
He
Trey.
was looking like K. Rob, he was looking like KD. I was like, why he mixed up with us in that? Yo, he was looking
This
like
ain't the
KD,
same dude from the summer who can't make a free throw now.
Nah, Ben Simmons is he's the king of that. Ben Simmons looks like a five-time MVP.
5-time Summer All-Star.
Yeah, get out of here. So you think that the Celtics? Well, what's your take, Rob, for the next game? I think that game is tomorrow.
There's absolutely no way the Celtics can go down 0-2 at home. Do you know, dog, we would hear Madison Square Garden from here at the start of game 3 if the Knicks walk into that joint up 2-0.
The last time I remember that is the Knicks went 2-0 against Jordan. And Jordan came back and won 4 straight on them.
Yo, New York City would burn if the Celtics got swept. They will
forget
burn
swept. If
the
Knicks come back, if the Knicks go back to the Garden and they're up 2-0 and they just beat Boston twice in Boston, man, every New Yorker is going to be miserable. Don't talk to Stephen A. Don't say a word to him because it's not going to be Chris tape. It's going to be Knicks tape.
Yo, and I say this every time the NBA playoffs roll around. I say this every single year. One thing there's 2 takes that I always have, and one of them didn't come true this year. Every single season, somebody that's a star gets hurt, and it shifts the balance of the playoffs. So this year, Tatum got hurt in the first round, and I thought they was going to be done, but he was able to come back. But we haven't really seen a major star get hurt. That usually does happen. And then my second one, the second one is, eventually someone is going to come back from a 3-0 deficit. Eventually, it has to happen eventually, man. We've seen it in baseball. We've seen it in hockey. We've never seen it in basketball.
It's so hard in basketball.
The closest was Miami and Boston a few years ago when Miami went to the finals in 2023. Miami was up 3-0 and Boston came back and pushed it to a game 7. There's a couple of other teams that pushed it to game 7 but couldn't win. I think we're going to see a win. We may not even see a 3-0 lead, but eventually it has to happen, man.
No, eventually it does have to happen, but it's so hard in basketball. Like the 2 other sports you named, like hockey and baseball, the scoring is so low and there's so many more variables. It's a different pitcher every night in baseball. Like in basketball, this is something I say frequently. I am 20% of my team. So if I'm the best dude out there, I'm 20% of my team, and I'm 10% of all the players out there. That's a huge portion. Like 20% of your team, where I can just funnel if I'm better than everybody else, that's really, really difficult. Like I think in order for what you want to happen, I think the perfect storm for your thing to happen is both of your ideas converge. A team gets up 3-0 and their best player gets hurt, and then the other team comes back from 3-0. I think a happy marriage of your 2 ideas is the fastest way to make that happen.
That's a fact. So how do you feel about last night? The Nuggets Aaron Gordon hits the 3-pointer to seal the game after Chet Holmgren misses 2 key free throws, and the Nuggets take a 1-0 lead in that series.
Biz, you want to jump in first? Because when I go, I'm about to bar.
Wait, I missed the question. What was the question?
No, the take of last night's Nuggets and
Thunder.
And, the Nuggets game last night. The Nuggets and Thunder.
Okay, so what about it?
You know, Aaron Gordon hits the 3-pointer to seal the game, and after Chet Holmgren missed 2 free throws that would have put him up basically to win the game, and then you know, they ran rough the way Cleveland ran roughshod over Miami. They ran roughshod over Memphis. I was pissed at Ja Morant talking about he had him figured out. He pissed me off with that. And he was my pick for MVP this year. I thought he was going to have a great comeback season. He's pissing me off, man. He's kind of like out of my I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm done with Zion. Who else I'm done with, man? These is the guys that I'm done with. I've been done with Ben Simmons. These was my guys at one point.
First team, I'm all done with them.
Yeah, first team done with them. Done with.
All right, here we go. Nuggets, Thunder. Mark Daigneault is a good coach. He'll probably forget more about basketball than I'll ever know. But this one falls right at his feet. He coached a piss poor fourth quarter. And not even just fourth quarter. I'd say the last 5 minutes. First, SGA is asking you not to challenge.
6 minutes.
SGA says, yo, don't. SGA comes over and he's like, challenge it. And then the ref says something to him. And SGA is like, don't challenge. And Daigneault challenges. But his real sin was he got too caught up in the analytics and the math. The Thunder are up 3 with under a minute to go. They inbound the ball, and the Thunder foul immediately with about 14 seconds left. They foul immediately. Joker's not even facing the basket when they foul. So 14 seconds turns to 13.8. 0.2 of a second come off the clock. You got to, when and Jokic caught the ball in a spot that I don't believe he was comfortable turning and just shooting from. He didn't catch it on the 3-point line where like he could jab and shoot. He caught it in between the 3-point line and half court. He can make that shot, I'm sure, but it's not something I've seen him do. I haven't seen Jokic shoot a 35-foot bomb.
Right.
So he catches it. You can turn and let him face, and he's got to attack to try and get to the basket, and then you give the foul, and you run another 3 to 4 seconds off. But you don't. You foul immediately. Joker makes both free throws. Then on the next play, they sub Joker out.
Yep.
And the Thunder call a timeout, so that's how they get Joker out. So Joker's out of the game. Mark Daigneault, to his credit, draws up a beautiful inbounds play that gets SGA a 2-hand dunk to push the lead back to 3. Joker's not able to get back in the game because Denver's out of timeouts, and the Thunder foul in the backcourt again. They foul in the backcourt this time, so no time runs off the clock again. So it's been about 14 seconds, and it just got down to about 12. Like, you have to let them get it into the front court, and then you foul. But it doesn't matter. Whatchamacallit makes both his free throws. Thunder call a timeout, which allows Joker to get back in the game. To David Adelman's credit, Joker has 5 fouls, and I said, where are they going to play him? Because you don't want it to be inbounded to Joker's man and him have to give the foul. And Grant Hill on the call was like, you got to put Joker on the ball. I thought he did a great job on the ball. Yeah. He was active, and then he turns his back to the play and takes away an SGA cut, forcing the pass to go to Chet. And I think I missed 2 SGA free throws in here, but the timeline's still relatively close. Chet goes to the free throw line, and this is where the math got them. he said 80% of the time you probably win that game. That's probably what the math tells you.
Facts.
But as a basketball person, you've got to realize that this is a young kid in his third real year, and these are the biggest playoff shots of his career, and they were going to be the biggest shots of any of those dudes, probably besides SGA. If it would have been Jalen Williams, they would have been huge playoff shots for him. If it would have been Alex Caruso, huge playoff shots. So you mathed it out, and you didn't account for the human part of this. And I don't know Chet's free throw routine, but in the moment, I thought he took a very long time shooting those free throws. He bounced, and like you take they're called rhythm dribbles for a reason. You take those dribbles, you bounce, and then you use your forward momentum to go all the way up. He didn't do that. He bounced, paused for a really long time, and it made me feel like he was thinking about the shot. Bongs the first one, and now I'm like, well, how long does he? And on the second one, he does the same thing, and Denver gets such a clean look because I don't even mind that Dagnall wanted to foul. He fouled too fast. Denver gets such a clean look because they get the ball back with damn near somewhere between 8 and 10 seconds because you didn't waste any time on the fouls you gave. So they get this great look where Russell Westbrook attacks the wax, and he's going to put pressure on the rim, and you're only up 1. So if he gets a layup, that's game. So you have to protect the rim. And Aaron Gordon spaces out beautifully, knocks down the triple. And then the Thunder still get the ball back with 2.5, but they have no timeouts because they burned it on the one that SGA said, do not challenge. Like before Dagnall did the stupid whirly thing, SGA grabbed him and begged him to not challenge. No, Dagnall blew this one, and I still think the Thunder are going to win, but like it's more tax on the body. It's an extra game. And Denver won this. This team won a championship. Like you can't poo-poo that. They have the best player in the series because they have the best player in the world. And Aaron Gordon's hooping. He has, I'd say, outside of Jalen Brunson's Asar Thompson triple, Aaron Gordon has the 2 biggest moments of the playoffs. He has the putback dunk, and he has that triple. Like that dude's hooping.
He is.
The Thunder blew this one, and Dagnall needs to take some of the blame for it. And like this isn't a discussion if Chet makes both those free throws.
Facts.
But the real issue here is that he believed in the math, and the math never accounts for this isn't an equation. These are humans. Like there's human pressure. And I know Chet thought, yo, if I miss these, because like you're up 1. He says even if I split, I'm in trouble because a 3 can still end us. And they were in the same damn position. Dagnall blew that one, and he's a damn.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. That was a great analysis on that one, man. I can't even. There's nothing I can say to that. Great analysis, man. Aaron Gordon has definitely, I don't know what his contract situation is, but he's definitely getting himself some money.
Show me
Michael
money.
Porter Jr.'s on the milk carton though. I don't know where he's at. We haven't seen him. I don't know where he's been all year. He's out of there.
That damn bad back, man. That kid was special before the back.
He definitely was. That's how Dwight Howard was before the back injury. Dwight Howard.
Yeah, but we saw prime Dwight. We saw like this dude came to the NBA with screws in his back.
True. No, that's true. That's a good one. That's a good. Yeah, I'll give him that. That's why a lot of people like, they throw shade on KD. And they say, "Oh, KD's not this, KD's not that," and I try to tell them, like, listen, man, we've never seen anybody come back from an Achilles injury and get close to their form that they were. Like KD is an anomaly, man.
Greatest scorer ever. Argue with somebody else. I'll die on this hill. The greatest scorer of the basketball the world has ever seen. I don't care about cumulative points. I don't care about so-and-so has more career points.
Hold on. Say that again. Say that again. I'm solo you out for this one.
Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of the basketball the world has ever seen. I don't care about cumulative points. I'm telling you, offensively with the ball in his hands, there's never been a better combination of jump shot, because we're talking about a 50, 40, 90 dude at 7 feet with a handle. He can take you down to the mid post. Like, the only part of his game that's not super refined is he doesn't have Melo's bully ball.
Right.
But he doesn't need it because he's Black Dirk. At 7 foot, he's going to turn over the shoulder and just rain 13 footers over you. That dude is the greatest scorer of the basketball ever. I don't give a damn what anybody else has to say.
That's a great take, man. I may go, man, because I'm kind of moving the goalposts if I was gonna say what I was gonna say, but I would put KD as, like, the season that he had with the Warriors is probably one of the best seasons that I always go back to. Jordan in 93. I go to Shaq 2000, Bron 2012 or 13. Either one you want to pick. They probably were better at 13. Whichever one they won at 27 games in a row.
They win the 12 one is his first ring.
That's his first ring. And then they won the 27 games in the second season,
yes.
Right? Yeah. Or third season in Miami. That's probably like peak Bron right there, man. That's one of the best players I've, like, I can't even. But KD, bro, yo,
special.
Yeah. And for him to be able to come back from the Achilles injury and still, now, obviously he doesn't affect winning the way he used to. But I just feel like the swan song for Kevin Durant for me would be for him. And it's kind of playing out. If they lose, him to go back to Oklahoma City and get them a chip would be crazy.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, Jalen Williams, I love J-Dub. J-Dub, I'd like to see them keep J-Dub, but they would have to give up Chet if they're going to get KD.
Oh, no. Oh, for me, it's the other way around.
You think J-Dub would go?
I'd fight to keep Chet.
Okay.
Chet's defensive ceiling, size. I'd fight to keep Chet. I think you're right. Like, if I'm Phoenix and you call me with J-Dub and Durant and picks, I fight my hardest to say I'm interested, but can I have Chet instead?
Yeah.
And I think that's got to be a non-starter for the Thunder.
Yep. I agree. Because I'm in the off season. I mean, we're far from the off season. I hate talking about off season when the playoffs is this lit. But I think we're gonna see probably Giannis go to Houston and probably KD go to the Thunder if they don't win the chip. Or if they don't know. If they make it to the finals, I think they'll keep this squad together. If they don't make it to the finals, we could see KD back over there, man. I think he said a better scorer than Kobe, Iverson, MJ. He's up there, but I can't agree with he's the best.
Iverson's too small for this conversation. He can't post up, so he's automatically out, and he didn't have a 3-ball. Love Iverson, but he's just not in this conversation. Like, and I don't mean like, I just mean like scoring from all 3 different levels. Like, he's a better free throw shooter. He's the best 3-point shooter out of the group that was named. He's got them. It's the combination of size and shooting, and he has a yo-yo.
Yeah. And once he developed that, he was.
When did he get a yo-yo? Because I have a distinct thought of when it happened.
He got it after the lockout.
Thank you. Oh my God, somebody else who knows. That is the answer. That is the only answer. They had the lockout, and those dudes were playing in all those pro-ams, and he just got silly, and he came back with a skippity bebop.
Yep. Yo,
Oh
yo,
my
like
God, that is
Kevin
the
Durant
ultimate
is
Bron.
Kevin Durant is my guy, man. I'm more of a Kevin Durant fan than Bron.
So am I.
Kevin Durant
And
is.
here, I got a transition for us. Kevin Durant is if Kevin Durant would have won that 2012 championship, he would have had that Thunder team would have had the illest run to a chip ever. They beat the Lakers, who had won a chip. Then they beat Dallas, who had just won the chip the year before.
Yep.
And then they went down 0-2 to the San Antonio Spurs, championship team. And then they beat them. If they would have got Bron up out of here, greatest run ever. But they didn't, so we don't talk about it.
Yeah, and that would have probably broke up the Heat too, because them losing 2 straight, that would have.
Oh, that's a really good point. I never even thought about that. You're absolutely right. And now Ant is about to he has a chance at this run. He just knocked out Luka and LeBron.
Yep.
He's gonna have a chance at Steph and Jimmy, who we just agreed were probably in the top 6 of the 2020s.
Yeah.
Last year, he got KD and Booker, and he got Joker in Game 7 in Denver. My co-host Ian on the last pod called him Randy Orton, the legend.
I said that too. Check my Facebook. That's what I said about him.
And then imagine SGA wins MVP and he knocks out the current league MVP to go to the chip and then beats the reigning champ Boston in the championship. My hot take for this round of the playoffs is we're going to start talking about, is Anthony Edwards the best player in the world by the end of this series? And I don't think he'll actually physically be better than Joker, but there's something that happens in playoff basketball when it slows down, it gets nitty gritty. You need to defend, and he's gonna start popping up in those conversations.
And it looks really bad after yesterday's game, but I had a take on Facebook, and I was saying, I think Anthony Edwards is getting up there. You know what I mean? He's making his way, but I can't put him on Jason Tatum's level. And everybody was like, "Nah, man, Jason, you don't even know basketball. Jason Tatum Edwards' game is way better than him." But I feel like Jason Tatum could be one of those players that, after it's all said and done, he could be a 30,000 point scorer. He could have 3, maybe 4 chips. He could pass Larry Bird possibly in Celtics lore. He has the talent, and he has the age right now, and he's the team to do all of this.
You're not wrong, but there's something about him that doesn't connect with people for some reason. Like, he just doesn't have, for whatever reason, he doesn't have the social cachet of other dudes.
Right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. And then Jaylen Brown winning the Eastern Conference MVP and the Finals MVP
does not help him. What will help him is you can go back and say, hey, Steph Curry has a bunch of championships and was the best player on at least 2 of those teams, but only has 1 Finals MVP.
Right.
I would say Durant's Finals MVPs are fine. The Iguodala one, as we go back in history, is going to look funny in the light.
Definitely. And then I don't know, man. I just think Jason Tatum is he's tough, man. When he's locked in, he's definitely one of them, man. I mean, he's got 5 straight first team all NBA. Of course, Luka could, unless Luka really locks in and gets. I hate saying in shape because you play fucking basketball. He's way more in shape than me. But
he's not in professional athlete shape, is how I like to word it.
There you go. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, I can't. Like I said, I can't put him over Tatum yet. But if like you said, if he gets Steph and them out of there, so that's a great segue, man. We got that game going. That's going to be going down tonight. Warriors, Wolves. Who do you like in that series? Who do you like in the first game?
I like the Wolves because the Warriors are coming off a really intense physical series. They haven't had a lot of rest. Their three best players are older dudes, and there's no let up from the Wolves. Like, they're not the same as the Rockets, but they're also a physical defense with big bodies. Like, it's not like it's gonna get. They don't run into, I don't know who a easier team is from a physicality standpoint. But like the road didn't get any easier for them. I think the Wolves win this one at home, maybe even going away. Like, this one might be a rough one. I don't think this game will be indicative of the whole series for Golden State, but I think it's a really short turnaround time. It's on the road. It's rough. That is Anton Gibson right at Tatum's head.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he doesn't connect with people. Like, my girl watches basketball with me, and she knows sports, and she calls Tatum the Drake of the NBA. She likes Drake, but it is meant as it is not meant as a compliment. I don't know why for whatever reason, he does not connect with. He doesn't connect with fans outside of Duke and Boston.
He doesn't connect with the hood.
No, that might be the answer. Wait, now that you put it, might be the answer. Yeah. He just doesn't connect with. I don't know what it is about him, but like, it's anybody else. Think about it. He went to Duke. He plays for the most historic franchise in basketball, save the Lakers.
Yep.
And these are the conversations we have. I don't think Anton really thinks Tatum sucks, but I think when you talk about him, you have to like make a point and be like, look, this dude's not like the rest of them. And I don't know what it is about him, but it is something that there is a disconnect.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. So you think you like the obviously you like the Wolves to win the series and make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes.
We had another before we're about to get out of here because the game is starting. We had another debate. This is Trendy Debates, man. So is Tyrese Halliburton a top 5 point guard in the NBA?
Noted Halliburton hater.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But yes to your question. And his ability to do both, score and facilitate, get to his spots. I think his jumper is ugly. I don't think that helps him.
His whole game is like a weird game.
It is, and I think that's his problem. I think it's not traditionally pretty. It's like kind of herky jerky, and everything he does is a little weird. And I think that, but yes, like, that dude's really good.
He is good. He's 20 and 10 for the last 4 years, basically.
And he seems like he's
18 and 9 this year, but the last 3 years he was 20 and 10, man. That's tough to do in the league, man. 10 assists.
And he's a point guard that it seems like people want to play with. Like, they want to be on his team. Like, outside of the numbers, people seem to genuinely enjoy hooping with Halliburton. You know who does numbers every year, and it doesn't look like anybody has any fun playing basketball with him? Trae Young. Trae Young.
Yeah, he
does numbers every single year, and it looks like nobody is enjoying that experience.
That's a great one. Good take, man. That's a good take.
Nobody's enjoying the Trae Young experience, and like, even when Halliburton's bad, like, his teammates are ready to go to bat for him, probably just because he stylistically. He just fits. Like, he's like, yo, I'm the best player, so there's going to be times where I take over, but I'm going to get you dudes involved.
Yep. And it's not like he has another all NBA player. I mean, Siakam could be an all-star here or there, but he doesn't have another all NBA player riding shotgun with him.
Particularly a bona fide shot creator. Like sometimes like a dude can be good. Like Bam is very good. Bam is an
Yep.
all-star, but sometimes you need, and it doesn't have to be an all-star, but you need another dude who you can put the ball in his hands and they can create a shot. Like, did you watch the Bucks and Pacers series?
Yep.
There is no way that Doc Rivers took that Bucks job and thought, yo, I'm going to need a lot of Kevin Porter Jr. shot creation. But that's what he needed because nobody outside of Giannis, like when you build a team full of role players who can't get their own shot, then sometimes you go to a mercenary like a Kevin Porter Jr.
Yep.
Detroit used a mercenary, Dennis Schroeder. Like, I thought Dennis Schroeder should have stayed in Golden State. Like, I don't know why they got rid of him. I know he didn't fit Kerr's idea of perfect basketball, but you need
Kerr.
I'm not a huge Kerr guy either lately, but you need another shot creator. And I think that's Indy's problem is that like they just don't have a secondary guy who, if Hallie's not creating shots for us, it's really tough for dudes to create their own offense as well as create for others. Like Siakam can create for himself, but maybe not for others at the level you need to be that secondary hooper.
Facts, man. So what was the so who do you like in the Pacers and the Cavs series? Right now the Pacers are up 1-0.
Just for the series.
The series,
I liked Cleveland coming in. The Pacers got game 1. The Darius Garland injury is weird and it matters, but I just like what Cleveland did all year. Like they thought they had a championship team, so at the trade deadline they went and got DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, that was
and it seems like from everything, like they had Ty Jerome vouch for him. Like, me and this dude won a championship at Virginia together. He's a pedigree guy, a former top 5 pick. This is my man's. Bring him in. You're gonna love him. I'm gonna rock with the Cavs still. I think the Cavs can still win this series.
I think so too. But I'm kind of pulling for the Pacers. I'd like to see them upset it and make it to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. That would be impressive.
I think it gives some. I think it almost retroactively takes away some of the. They only made it because the Knicks were hurt from last year. If they make it back this year, it's back to back, and then you can say, "Oh no, maybe this is just a very good basketball team." Because my feeling right now is the Knicks would have won that series if just one more dude stayed healthy.
He's saying it's going to be Pacers versus Knicks, the revenge series for a healthy Knicks squad.
I love that. Maybe. I absolutely love that. Add in that Obi Toppin is still a member of the Pacers, and he's the Knicks' last high lottery pick. Like I'd be all in for that.
I saw a Kevin Knox sighting somewhere. Where was he?
I think it's Golden State. And as a former Kentucky fan who loves Cal, that dude sucked at Kentucky. That dude sucks in the NBA. And I knew that dude was going to suck because my brother was living down in North Carolina and he had committed and he was at like the John Wall Classic. And my brother calls me and he's like, I just saw Kevin Knox. He's just tall. And like, if there's anybody's eye for talent that I appreciate, it's my brother Jordan's. So when he said that, like just all the wind left my sails. I was just like, if Jordan says this dude sucks, this dude sucks. You know what else my brother was right about? He was the first dude on Jamal Murray is super duper special. And he was the first dude that I knew that loved SGA. Mind you, they're going to Kentucky. My brother's a Duke fan. Yep. I'm the Kentucky fan. And he's like, you got this big guard from Canada. He actually said it both times because they're both Canadian. But he was like, you got this big guard from Canada. And in the case of SGA, he said, he's a 4-star recruit. And I don't understand why they're getting this completely wrong. And now SGA is going to be first team All NBA, led the league in scoring, and could potentially win a league MVP.
Yeah, dude, that was great projection right there, man. Definitely. Wow. So yeah, man, we gotta have you back on again, man.
Come back.
This was amazing, bro.
fun.
This was top notch hoops talk, man. It didn't get no better, man. I don't even know where Busy went. He didn't text me or not. Let me know what happened, but he just dipped out on us. But yo, bro, thank you so much, man.
No, thank you for having
you again. I think conference finals.
I'm down.
All right, yes. So you heard it here first, man. We out of here. I'm gonna go check into this game and see what's going on with my top 5 point guard, Halliburton. All right, y'all. We'll be back on Thursday night. Don't have a guest as of yet, but I'll be posting it and let y'all guys know. Once again, thank Rob Shaw, man, in the building. And we out of here, bro.
Right. Boom, boom, boom. BB had to do it to him. Cock back if a nigga front, I'ma pop that. Got straps, you don't want smoke, you better stop that. Real nigga, there's certain shit that'll do not jack. Plus I got some killers on my side and they do not rap. Fake nigga, there's certain questions we do not ask. Perka make the body feel good like a hot bath. You niggas hot ass, your music stays for real. Blizz get it, next on that like a Nike deal. Big guns, we got big guns like the Navy SEAL. It was all a dream like Biggie till I made it real. You niggas change for real. You ain't official, homie. See me in public with a smile and a pistol on me. Leak with it next to me just cause I be getting lonely. RIP that guy's damn, I swear I really miss the homies. Niggas speaking on my name as if them niggas know me. Shot 24 at 8 niggas. RIP to Kobe. Keep shooting till you hit, that's what the nigga told me. And never let a nigga slide if a nigga owe me. Shout out my nigga James, that nigga my Brody. And shout out Young Lev, that nigga the homie. I let you know off top, this is a massacre. Shorty ain't even that bad, so why he flashing? Now I whip with one hand, other hand on my pasture. That's a big block, shots flying out the Acura. I'm a real nigga in the field, nigga. You's a lil nigga, only act crazy when a pill.